Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? Cub here, and as you can see, the sun is setting on another beautiful day in our wonderful world of Tekkit Legends. Just enjoying the atmosphere we've got here. I feel like I am in Santa's Wonderland. In case you guys haven't noticed, thinking about becoming an elf. Just heading up to the North Pole. Santa is totally real, and I'm gonna become one of his elves. It can't be that hard. Apparently, all I have to do is shove one of them off of a roof, or does that only work for Santa Claus? What if there's an elf clause? I don't know. Do you get to be young forever? Because they all look like children, even though they're like 900 years old. What are the rules of being Santa Claus? I'm not sure. Today, though, we're going to be looking at some items that we're going to be using in the Nether Fortress build. Specifically, well, I won't say specifically because we've got a few things we need to do. The first thing we're going to look at, we're going to type in glass. Got a lot of options here. If you just take a look at glass, there's a lot of really cool glasses. Glasses. There's one in particular that I want to look at, though, and that's the reinforced sapphire glass, which is wither-proof. I don't know why we'd have a wither in the Nether, but if we did, well, now we're set to go on that. So that's going to require an alloy furnace, which we have 4 of, some obsidian, and some sapphire glass, which is just glass and sapphire. So we'll go ahead and we'll get that going, and we'll get, I think it was, what, 4 glass, and what was the recipe? Let's check that again. 4 glass for every 1 sapphire. Awesome. I wonder if it's going to matter if we use a different type of sapphire. I guess we'll find out, won't we? We'll put all 4 of these in here along with that. Looks like it's working. We'll let that kind of go ahead and do its thing in the background. I didn't even notice. They don't have an EMC value, so we're going to have to make a lot of these because we're going to use this for the glass. Now, why go with purple, you may be wondering? And it's a good question. It's a really good question. Well, the reason is the whole like stinking base is going to be built out of obsidian because I like obsidian. I think it's a fun thing to build with. A pain if you put it in the wrong place, now that I think about it. But we'll be very careful with the building. Now for the flooring, we're going to be using crushed obsidian. So this stuff is cool if you've never seen it before. Crushed obsidian prevents mobs from spawning, which is amazing. We're going to have to build a rock crusher, which I've never built before, and to be honest, I know nothing about. Looks like it is a multi-block. It's going to be 3x2x2. So that'll be interesting. Never built one of these before. Just pistons, a steel block, and some diamonds. Alright, well, we can do that. Did I prepare for this episode? Not in the least. I kind of had a list of things that I wanted to use, and I was like, you know what? We'll wing it, and we'll see what happens. So what was it? Pistons? Diamonds? Egads, Batman. Why diamonds? Okay, and then just a chunk of steel. Do we have any steel? We do. We've got tons of steel. Amazing now that we don't need it. We have so much of it. And, oh, I guess we do sort of need it. We just don't need as much. What did I just see in there? Or is that my imagination? Oh, emery. It looks like coal now. A lot of the textures have changed since I updated the texture pack. So we'll put in the 4 of these, and I think they're in the wrong spot. They totally are. I don't even need to continue. I know what's going on here. You guys need to go into the corners. Oh no, come on. Boom. 4 rock crushers. So we're gonna have to build, what, 3x2x2? 4 is not enough. We're gonna have to build a few more. So let me go ahead and get all those things back out. Captain Weezer doing it again. Don't ask what that voice was. I don't know. Where are we gonna put these? Also don't know. We've got some space around. We've got tons of space in here. But really, all this is kind of like, man, we'll just toss it over here in the corner, like whatever. Oh, you know what? There's nothing going on down here anymore. We can put it in here. Oh, nah. We'll put it up over here. So I think it's at 3x2x2. Hold on, what does that mean? So 3 like that, and then 2, but yeah, we're gonna need 4 more. I see exactly where this recipe is going. So if you're sitting at home and you don't do basic math like me, you're gonna need 12 of these things, because that's what 3 times 2 times 2 is. This 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12. And I should have realized that at the start. So 3 batches of these will give us our rock crusher. What's it powered with? RF. Oh, well, fantastic. We can definitely deal with that. We'll just go ahead and get a power teleporting pipes. And I'm not sure what frequency we're running these on these days, but I think we've got one on 4 that's not doing much. Maybe we need. Didn't we discover we needed a pipe, like a medium pipe, like something to act in between the pipes? Is that the thing going on here? Oh, wow. Yeah, there we go. Flood this darn thing with power. And now inside of you, we're going to put some obsidian. We can get plenty of that out of here. Plenty. That's my new word. We've gone from actually to plenty. And I got to say it like that. You got to say plenty. Oh man, so we're gonna cover the floors in this stuff, and no mobs will spawn in the Nether. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, up here we've got 64 Sapphire Glass. We're going to throw that in here with, I believe we want to add some Obsidian to it. Yep, Obsidian. And it looks like 5 per... Oh, wow, that's not cheap at all. Okay, Obsidian, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. We'll throw all those in there, and that'll get started. Cool. The only other thing that we're going to look at today, and again, this episode is coming up on like mini episode length. This is not intentional. I thought this would take a bit longer. Maybe I've not thought this through clearly. I'm not just talking. Good gosh! What is it? Why does it have to make all that noise? What are you doing down here? What the heck? What can I use obsidian dust for? Oh, obsidian rods? Oh. Flux infused obsidian rod. Oh, well this just got boring. A flux infused obsidian rod sounded like something you would point at someone to like shoot flux at them, which sounds cool. Did you guys know that if you throw a carpenter's block down and you click it with some... No, that's not working. Maybe... There we go. Shift right click it with some glowstone. It'll glow, and then you can add anything you want to it. So if we just said, hey, you know what? We want a glowing piece of diamond, we could totally do that. How cool is that? Shout out to the commenter who mentioned that. I will try to find your comment, and if I did successfully, it'll be on the screen. If not, you know who you are. Big reps out to you, stranger. We'll go ahead and pull... Oh, okay, that was... Folks, rock crushers are very dangerous things. They aren't toys. What's going on the top of this, though? Like, what is... That's odd. That's a very odd thing. But okay, so we've got our crushed obsidian in there. And if we head upstairs, take a look at our wonderful obsidian glass. How's that coming along? Oh, fantastic. Look at this stuff. Aw, yeah, it's got just the right amount of purple tint. And just the right amount of painstaking time and labor to break it down. Amazing. Folks, I know this has been short, but that's really all I had planned. I kind of thought that the rock crusher would be more involved and that it would take a little bit longer to build, but it's actually quite straightforward. And then we already had these guys down here. See, the problem is, I guess what I'm going to have to do right now, when I'm done with this episode, is go back through my notes of planned episodes and make the proper adjustments, because before, this episode was planned to come out long before we did any sort of blue power sorting. So that was going to be, it was going to act sort of as our introduction to blue power, and I was going to build all the machines and stuff, as well as all the things to power the blue power machines. But as it turns out, there is no blue power, there's no bluetricity, and we already did this stuff when we did our sorting machines, so it's really cut back on the episode length. And I guess because things are now out of order, some of my other episodes might not be functioning the way I'd originally intended them either. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this one short, and I'm real sorry about it. I know you folks won't be happy, but you will get over it, and you will find it in your hearts to forgive me. I know that. And I'll just go through my list, and I'll make sure I don't have any more episodes like this that come out really short, because that was not my intention. I guess we can go ahead and pad it, though. Let's just do some padding. I'm an entertaining guy. I think I can keep you entertained. Let's just hop outside and check on the progression of all of our... I think this one over here was getting pretty close to finishing. I want to keep an eye on and make sure they all keep going. So no, it's still got a pretty good ways to go. I slowed them down quite a bit, and we might speed them up again. Yeah, because they are moving really slow now. And I say that. Look at how... That's going a lot faster than I could. In fact, you're ready to compete? Yeah, it's faster than I am. Actually, it kind of depends, doesn't it? I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but I don't want to sit out here and do it. It does it for me, and it does a much better job. Let's go ahead and get rid of these things. Don't need those on my person. And that does it for today, folks. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry again about the short episode, and I'll see y'all next time. I don't think I've got a mini-sode for tomorrow. At least I don't have anything planned. If I did, I would just roll it into this episode, but... Oh, well, that's the way the rock rolls, so I'll see you all later. Bye!
Oh... dear. Okay. This is... Huh. Alright. No need to panic. Just remain calm. You're gonna die. That's the truth of it. You're washed up in a deserted island. You're gonna get baked in the sun, dehydrated, starve to death, get eaten by locals, fed to the sharks. Your girlfriend's gonna marry your best friend. Your car's gonna get given to your little brother, and you're gonna die. It's just the end of the world.